Good morning, everyone. My name is Jacob. Welcome to Cludo's 2025 Roadmap webinar. We're very excited about this webinar. We're going to share a lot of interesting and cool features and technologies that we've been working on with the team. And just to kick us off, to have a quick look at where you're all from. It's interesting to see that obviously we have a widespread in Europe. We have a lot of people coming in from Denmark, having a look at this webinar, United Kingdom as well, where we have a strong presence in the public sector, and also Netherlands, where we have a couple of customers, and it's very cool to see that we have much more people tuning in. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to our two hosts for this webinar, who's Elsa and Daniel. And there we go.
Hi, Elsa.
Hi, Elsa. Hi, Daniel.
Hi, Jacob, and thank you for the introduction. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elsa, a customer success manager here at Cludo, and today I'm joined by Daniel, our growth engineer.
Hi, Elsa. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Very excited to go through all the new features today. And to start off, I just want to thank all of you for joining us today. It's nice to see so many of you who could make it and who are also excited to hear about all of Cludo's new features. We're excited to talk about them. Just to tell you, during the webinar, as we go through our features, you're able to leave comments at any point, and we're going to have a Q&A at the end where we're going to go through some of the comments you left us and hope to provide some answers. So the chat is open. But with that said, we have quite a few things to go through today, and we want to keep it to an hour and leave good time for a Q&A. So I think we can take a look at the agenda and hop right into it.
All right. Just a sec. I think that one is not working as we would have hoped.
It's so typical when you actually go live.
Always when you go live. I think let's keep moving maybe with the first part, Daniel, reliability monitoring, and I'll fix the agenda for them.
Okay, sounds good. So maybe before we actually jump into the actual roadmap, it's important for us to highlight one specific thing, and that is that reliability is kind of the foundation for everything that we build. So all the exciting features that you see today, they only matter if Cludo is stable, secure, and always available. So that's why we're heavily investing into reliability and observability. So we're putting in like robust monitoring, alerting, and responses in place to make sure that the platform consistently performs at the highest level. So in short, our priority is to make sure that Cludo is dependable so that you can trust the innovations that we're bringing to you. Okay?
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
You've got the agenda working?
There we go. We can see the agenda. Okay, so just to briefly go through, we have sort of 4 main themes we're going to be focusing on today, which we've grouped our features into. The first being AI summary and AI chat, which is, of course, very exciting, and we have quite a few announcements and an exciting customer story to also share with you on that. Then we're going to be talking about something called MCP, which Daniel will try to explain to us in the simplest of terms. And after that, we're going to be talking about some of the tools we love, meaning our banners this time. And we have an exciting redesign, which many of you have been asking for, and we're excited to introduce. And then the last section we're going to talk about is Cludo Lab, which is sort of our new concept. These aren't things that are quite yet on the roadmap, but they're in the process of kind of testing if they should be on the roadmap. And this is actually where we're going to want to hear some feedback from you guys on what you think of these features. So, and then the Q&A once again. So that's the agenda for today. And I guess we can start off with the AI summary and AI chat section, which is one of the most exciting parts of the roadmap, I think, because we've seen growing demand from our customer for these features. And that's why also we want to start by showcasing one of our awesome customers, City of Reykjavik, who has already implemented AI chat and AI summary. And we're happy to have you guys join us here today. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, very good, thank you.
Great. So I just wanted to ask a few questions. Maybe if you can let us know what made you decide to add AI tools such as the summary and AI chat to your website alongside the search.
Yeah, we did decide to implement the AI chat because we actually have a history of AI chat for a web chat maybe for 20 years, I think. And it kind of is like we have like a very specialized agent answering a lot of questions, but they tend to be answering the same questions again and again and again. And so we decided to try the AI to see if we could take the workload from them to answer maybe the simpler questions. And on the interface, you can go to the AI chat, and you can also bypass it and talk to an agent. So it was a bit harmless to do, and it actually has made a great impact. And regarding the AI summary, it's a bit of the same because people are of course searching like for simple things like opening hours and things like that. And when you can't give them the summary straight away, it can kind of, they don't have to click the links and anything. So it's been working quite well, actually.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's had a great impact, and you actually had some cool statistics on it. So how
do.
have you seen these tools impacting your site's performance?
Regarding the AI chat, we have some numbers. We took like a period of 7 months to compare before and after. And before implementing the AI chat, we have about 9,000 chats with agents over a period of 7 months. After implementation, it went down to 4,900, and the AI chats were like 5,000 and something. So the AI chat basically took over a little bit more than 50% of the chats. So that's a great impact. And for the AI summary, it's new. We did implement it in the beginning of August. And what we see is that the click-through rate on the search result site has gone down from about 60% to 47%, just overnight. So we can see that a lot of customers are getting their answers right away. But what we are really interested in now, because usually we have a user test and research before we launch such a big change, but we didn't because it's just a mainstream and easy solution. And now we are digging into user research and user testing, and we're really looking forward to see what comes out of that, and we can share that with you if you wish.
Yeah, and those are very, very exciting numbers, and very excited to see what's going to happen with that. And Asta, would you agree on these thoughts? Anything you'd like to add on?
Yeah, I'd just like to add that I think we've been very excited to do this so quickly, and very committed to seeing how this can make search easier for our citizens, and how you can quickly get to the information you need. And of course, like Red said, we were maybe a bit cautious in the start. We didn't really advertise it as such, but having these great numbers in just like under a year, so I think that's very exciting. So yeah, we look forward to seeing as well how we can continue making this a very good user experience for our users. So how confident they are like getting help with AI, like for a public, for a public institution. So we'll see.
Yeah, and that's exactly the aim that we have with these AI tools, is to make the user experience on the website easier, and also then your workload as well. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and we look forward to hearing what more comes out of the research you do on this.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. Let's move on now to the roadmap itself. So what we want to highlight here is that our focus is primarily on Q4 and Q1, and that's intentional. With the market basically advancing so quickly, we can only plan basically 2 quarters ahead to make sure that we always bring the newest innovations to our customers. And some of the most exciting advancements are, of course, in AI. So let's start with AI summary and AI chat and the new things we're working on there.
Yeah, and maybe before getting into the futures, I know AI chat and AI summary have been super interesting for a lot of my customers, but we've also seen one of the biggest blockers for especially public institutions and compliance heavy industries being data residency. And many organizations simply can't adopt these AI tools if their data is leaving European borders.
That's right. So with Cludo's new EU hosted servers, all data is processed entirely within the EU. So nothing crosses borders, ensuring full compliance for governments, universities, municipalities, and other regulated industries like healthcare and finance. So we'll be running the OpenAI GPT OSS model fully hosted within the European Union, which means that you don't lose any quality of the results. They still get still the state-of-the-art language models now with full compliance and trust.
Yeah, and I think this has been one of the most requested features regarding our AI tools from our customers. So I think it's very exciting to have that coming into place from our side. But speaking of popular features, AI summary is already, of course, one of our most popular features. But until now, setting it up has required either a custom integration or using templates, which can sometimes create friction for many teams. This is a technical barrier that just slows down the implementation and can just be harder to get value quickly. So what have we done with this, Daniel?
Well, by bringing basically AI summary into the experience builder, we're making it no code, fast, and highly customizable. Teams can now deploy basically a tailored AI summary without any technical skills directly inside of the builder. So beyond speed, this also means that you will get full control. Customers can customize the tone of voice, basically the tone of the AI summary, the style, and the instructions so that the summaries match their brand identity and compliance requirements. On top of that, they can visually customize how summaries appear on the site. So that's adjusting the layout, the colors, to basically seamlessly fit in to the design of the website. The result is an AI that not only works quickly, but also feels and looks like it's an integrated part of the website. Yeah?
Yeah. And you mentioned words like tone and brand identity, and I feel like that's a good bridge to our next feature, where now today our AI answers are consistent and reliable already, but they're not customizable. So what we've heard from you, our customers, is that this can be limiting because as an organization, you need AI to reflect your brand identity, compliance rules, and, for example, accessibility standards. So without that control, AI answers can sometimes feel too generic or misaligned with brand voice. And that's something we wanted to touch upon.
That's right. So with Cludo's new AI custom prompting, organizations can define context and instructions that shapes basically how the AI responds. So this removes the black box kind of feeling of AI. So instead of relying on a one size fits all answers, customers get responses that are aligned with their brand, compliance requirements, and accessibility standards. So the result is AI that actually sounds and feels like it's part of the organization and not just a generic chatbot. So as you'll see here in the video, you'll be able to fill in the context and instructions directly within the experience builder. So context gives the AI more information about your company and your brand, while instructions, they get specific. For example, what tone to use, which words to not use, whether to always cite sources, and similar things like that, basically.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really cool one. And so users, a lot of time, they just don't want one answer when you're looking into searching for results and getting your AI summary. You might want to explore and discover some more than just what the AI summary, for example, initially shows you. But today, that's all that's been to it. You receive a single summary, and the journey for the user often ends there if you do find find what you're looking for. So without clear next steps, users might hit a dead end or leave the website without uncovering more potential valuable insights.
Yeah, that's right. That's why with related questions, AI summary now includes a set of automatically generated follow-ups based on real patterns. So that could be common topics, trending themes, and contextual connections. So these aren't just random suggestions. They reflect what people actually want to know next, basically. This guides the users naturally to the next steps and keeps them kind of engaged and also helps them discover insights that they might not have thought of themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like this is something that you've seen kind of where the industry is going, and of course that's why we wanted to also hop on the train and follow the industry standards in that sense. So I think that's a good addition as well.
For sure. But I maybe want to emphasize the fact that even though we showed all of this for AI summary, it's not just coming for AI summary. It's also going to be part of AI chat. So if you have AI chat only, or maybe if you have both AI summary and AI chat, don't worry. Like this will come across both products basically. Yep. So let me see. The next thing we want to share here is actually coming back to this agenda here in terms of MCP. So as you maybe have heard about MCP, it basically stands for Modal Context Protocol. So it's kind of, if you can think of it as like the API for AI, so that it basically can go in and find context from different systems. So let me share a quick story before that, though, in terms of how we at Cludo have tried using general AI tools to make sense of our own data internally. We tried to analyze feedback, feature requests, and support tickets. And at first, it seemed simple. Just upload a bunch of files and let the AI do its magic, basically, right? But we soon ran into the same walls that many others do. We could only rely on uploading a limited number of files. And when we combine everything into larger ones, the system kind of slowed down. It would lose context. Or maybe even start to hallucinate, basically inventing information that wasn't there. So we kind of realized that the problem wasn't the AI itself, it was the lack of connection to a real knowledge. So large language models are powerful, but without direct access to trusted data, they can't deliver reliable results. So that's exactly the challenge that Cludo's MCP model is built to solve. So kind of to reiterate here, MCP, or Modal Context Protocol, is kind of the missing link, if you kind of think of it, between the AI assistants that you already use and the organization's knowledge. So again, think of it as the API for AI.
And Daniel, for some of us, and maybe some of you watching who have never heard of MCP before and maybe aren't so technical, could you maybe try to explain in as simple terms as possible? I know it's a hard concept to grasp, but what exactly MCP looks like for Cludo?
Yeah. So with Cludo MCP, AI isn't just limited to a kind of like a single chat window or like just a bunch of fragmented files. It connects directly into your trusted data. So that could be policies, it could be tickets, it could be analytics or knowledge bases, you name it. And then it'll deliver answers rooted in that truth, basically with context every single time. So using ChatGPT alone isn't really adopting AI for your business. It's the real adoption happens by giving the AI the right context so that it can actually do the work for you. And this is not about necessarily kind of replacing people, but it's about equipping teams with a new powerful tool, one that becomes smarter and more productive when it has access to the same knowledge that your people do. So Cludo MCP turns AI into a reliable, more personalized tool, unlocking limitless uses across the entire organization.
And I think what would be really useful here is maybe to take a look at some examples to see how actually Cludo's MCP can be used in different organizations and maybe in different roles, and how it actually applies to your daily life.
Sure, for sure. We could show a few examples, but I just want to highlight once again rather first time here, that the examples we showcase are not kind of limited to just those examples. It's just to kind of give you an idea of like what's possible. So let's take the first example, which would basically be like you can think of it as an employee who's searching, wants to know basically the sick leave rules. So they might be searching at the internet, then they maybe can't find it, then they email HR, or maybe they look for emails from HR. But that can take a lot of time. So with MCP, like you can kind of think of the fact that the employee can now prompt the AI chat and ask it, what's our sick leave policy? And then it can basically pull back results from, say, for example, SharePoint. And so it will look for the answer within the SharePoint documents that you have. And it will also, what do you call it now? Go to take the source and show you where it found the answer from, basically, right? Another example could also be a support agent who wants to know how a past issue has been solved. And they would typically, for example, scroll through old Zendesk tickets or message some colleagues or look on Slack or basically spend a lot of time to try to find the right resolution. With MCP, a support agent could instead go to the AI chat and just ask it, how did we solve the login timeout issue before? And when they do that, they will get an answer based on some old Zendesk tickets, for example, and even find some basically lay out the step-by-step directions. And what I also want to highlight with this specific example is actually that's something that we've been doing inside of Cludo ourselves. So we have already this in place, kind of basically, where we will look for the answer within our own Zendesk tickets, and that basically saves a lot of time for our support agents.
Yeah, I think these are really good use cases. Both of them, they're sort of asking questions like you would AI chat.
Sure.
My question is then, could you use this in a way where it's actually helping you do your tasks, so optimizing my time as an employee?
Yeah, for sure. We could take, for example, an example from a marketing team, basically, right, or a marketing manager who would, for example, try to make sense of the data they have internally. So that could be that they will pull reports manually, sift through the analytics, try to piece together the different parts, and that can basically take a lot of hours to do that. So instead, with MCP, a marketing manager could prompt the AI chat and ask it, what content do users search for the most often but don't find it? And so this is, of course, an example with regards to Cludo Analytics. And the idea here is that instead of you going to My Cludo and trying to find, make sense of the data, it basically does that for you. So it returns the direct answer to your question. Yeah.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I think this is a really, really cool feature, and I think it's really going to change the way a lot of us work. And I know it can still be kind of hard to grasp, at least it was for me in the beginning, of how it actually works. And that's why I just want to say that we're always happy to answer any questions and walk you through it if you contact us. Afterwards, we have limited time. Yeah.
Maybe I just want to highlight also just very quickly that once again that it's not limited to HR or IT questions or marketing for that matter. Like this can connect to any internal data source that you have, and basically then utilize AI to make a smarter assistant and make it more relevant, basically by giving it all of that context.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah. Sure. No, I think it's going to be very exciting and very new, but maybe taking a step back and looking at the tools that we already have and that we love and have been working on making better for you. I think I hear about this at least once a week from our customers, which is our banners. And banners, of course, are one of our most used tools. And you customers absolutely love it, of course, because, I mean, it is helping you highlight key content, run campaigns, and guiding users to within the search experience where you want them to go. So it is very useful. But however, we do or have noticed that it has been a little outdated as a tool. It relies on a text editor, and there's no live preview, for example, with limited design options. And we have heard you guys and heard your feedback, so to say. And that's why we're excited to announce sort of a banners redesign, which maybe Daniel, you can walk us through.
Sure. Yeah, we're excited to about this banner redesign. We're delivering a more modern and a more visual and flexible experience that makes this creating and managing banners much faster, much easier, and also far more intuitive. So the new builder introduces a visual editor with some pre-saved templates, advanced scheduling, and also a live preview. So everything that teams need to basically design and launch campaigns rather with confidence. And this isn't just like a small facelift. It's aligning basically with how you work today. So that's what we really want to highlight with this video that you can see here.
Yeah. And in regards to, I know maybe some customers might be wondering, well, what happens to the old banners? Do they disappear? And I can assure you, no, they don't. So you don't have to worry about that. They'll be all available in the new tool as well. So
Yep.
no need to no need to stress on that.
Yeah, good thing to mention that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's for the banners. I think we can introduce our newest theme, which is the Cludo Lab. And so the Cludo Lab is where we in Cludo want to explore new ideas. So testing them as proof of concepts with selected customers to see if they actually create real value. So some ideas come directly from you, customers, through your CSMs or however, and others come from our team. But the process with all of these ideas is the same. So we build, we validate, and together then we decide if it does belong on the roadmap. So Cludo Lab is also your chance as customers to influence the future of Cludo. And if these concepts resonate with you, we want to hear from you. And your feedback will then shape what we prioritize next on the roadmap. And we have 3 exciting ideas to go through. And after we go through those ideas, we actually have a chance for you to answer a little poll, which I'll show at the end, to get your feedback now as well. Which of these do resonate with you? Of course, we're excited about all of them, and we think they're interesting. But you guys, as our customers, know the best. So, yeah, let's hop into the first one, which is search topics. And the background on this, I can say a little, is that most of our customers, what I've seen is they spend a lot of time digging through our popular our popular analytics reports, such as ineffective searches and searches without results, and trying to identify content gaps from those. So you might be scrolling through endless lists of raw queries, but it can be difficult to see the bigger picture of these, and patterns might get lost. Connections to content performance aren't clear, and important insights take hours to uncover because it takes a lot of manual work from your side. So this results in slow and often missed opportunities, and was something we thought would be good to tackle.
For sure. That's why one of the ideas is basically called search topics. So instead of just showing you a flat list of queries, search topics groups them into kind of like meaningful categories based on what users are actually looking for and how they behave. And these categories are built based on real user actions, as well as the structure of your own content. So you can kind of think of like navigation labels or site categories. That way, you can clearly see the search intent and connect it to your content strategy and make confident decisions about what to improve. So what you're seeing here is just a PDF in terms of the result, but the data behind it is kind of real. It's kind of real. It is real. So we do basically have a kind of like a MVP model in place. It's just that the visual output is for now just a PDF. So don't think too much about that. But what's important to mention here is that these topics can be customized in case you want to change them slightly. And also you can add more topics if there's something else that you're actually interested in instead. Yep.
Yeah. Well, then another pain point that we've seen, especially from customers like, I would say, universities, municipalities, and service portals, those who have websites filled with a lot of valuable content. And the challenge here often is that the user can feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information found on the website. So they might bounce, they repeat searches, or turn to support teams to ask for information. And teams can try fixing this with manual curation, but that's of course, once again, time consuming and harder to scale and can still leave gaps. So the result of this is frustrated users and also a poor return on all of the effort putting into creating all of this content.
Yeah, that's right. So that's why with personalized recommendations, Cludo automatically suggests relevant content based on visitor behavior, semantic similarity, and also other contextual signals. So instead of forcing users to search again or guess where to click, we guide them to the next best piece of content right when they need it. So this turns Cludo from a pure search tool into a recommendation engine, helping basically users discover what they need without friction and making sure that the right content reaches the right people. So that's what you're seeing here with this example. People actually don't need to search and can actually see these recommended pages basically on the page itself.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe cool to point out that, as we can see in the saw in the example, that it's not only on the search page, right? It's also on the content pages that the recommended content would be on. So, yeah, I thought that's just worth it, as you can see. But yeah. And then the third and last feature we call the conversion funnel. So the pain point here has been that most teams struggle to connect search data with actual business value. So you might be able to see, yes, queries, clicks, or impressions, but it can be very hard to trace the full journey from a site visit all the way to a conversion, whatever that conversion might look like on your website or for your organization. And that then again means that it's difficult to prove return on investment, and even harder to know where in the journey on your website the users are dropping off, if they are. And so the result of this is, once again, missed opportunities, and there can be a lot of guesswork internally on this then.
Yeah, that's why one of the concepts we're testing with within the Cludo Lab is something called conversion funnel. So the idea is simple but powerful. Give you a clear picture of how users are moving from visiting your site to using search and then finally completing a conversion. So it doesn't just count searches or clicks, it connects the entire journey. So that could be somebody visiting the website, then performing a search, then maybe looking at some pages, maybe clicking around, and then finally converting. So alongside the funnel, you can see which search terms actually led to conversions and which ones generated impressions but failed to convert. So this means that you don't just know what people search for, you can see how exactly the search activity impacts the entire business outcome and where in the funnel users are dropping off. And once again, the example you're seeing is just really a PDF version, but the idea is still the same, that we have actually tried to make it work behind the scenes, and then the outcome for now is just a PDF, but that can change, or will change probably.
Yeah, and I think this can prove really valuable insights for many teams. And yeah, of course, from my side and probably our side, all of these sound like interesting ideas, all three of these, and that's where we like to hear actually from you, our customers, what actually sounds interesting from these brief introductions that we had. So if you'd like, we can now see a little QR code, or big QR code on the screen that you're able to scan, and it'll just link you to a short feedback form where you can leave comments on any of these three features within the Cludo Lab. So once again, I want to emphasize these are not yet on the roadmap. They're still being validated from your side and our side if they should be on the feedback or on the roadmap. I'm sorry. So that's where your feedback is really valuable to us. Yeah, and we have gone through all the features for today, which I know there's quite a few, and we only had time to touch bases on so little for them. But if you have any questions, Jacob, do you want to mute your mic for just a little? Echoing, no worries. Great. Yeah. No. So if you have any questions on these, we're gonna answer them hopefully in the Q&A. But you're always, of course, welcome to email us. Email your CSM, whether it be me or Goodney or whoever, and we're happy to chat with you on those. And maybe Jacob, I'll mute myself so you can take over from me now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna. I'm a senior product manager, and I will be answering your questions today. So the first question is from Lars. When can we expect the EU-hosted servers to be ready for Cludo? And good answer here is that already in November, we are right now in the final stages of putting in live, and hopefully within the month of November, we will have our first customers on the EU servers. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please reach out to your customer success manager, and then we can arrange either your transition or setting you up.
Yeah.
Okay, the second question. Can it be used for customizing building cases? Okay, so my assumption here, this is regarding the experience builder and the custom prompting for the AI summary. So within the experience builder, you can customize the entire look of the AI summary or the AI chat, and through the custom prompting, you can give very specific instructions. So you could give instructions that specify how the answer could be formulated, what words to avoid using, what tone you should be using. And if you want to build kind of like a specific cases that refer to the specific keywords or something like that, you could also use CAN responses. That's another tool that we are having that can help you really have this human voice over the AI to ensure that the message fits exactly. So you have a lot of different ways. So I think right now you basically have almost a full customization over your AI. When you need, you can override it. You can specify to not use terms such as an expert or specialist. That's, we know, very important for the financial industries. You can specify the tone. So all those things are covered. So I think, yes, you should be able to build the specific cases, if I understood the question. Okay, I think this one is regarding the MCP, the really excited one. So which technologies are you using here is a type copilot. So we are actually building our own MCP server. So it should be able to work with lots of different platforms. That's the way it's being built. So yeah, Copilot is the one, but basically any LLM also like you are using, we should be able to work with it. So from Claude to ChatGPT, so like all of those will be possible. And yeah. The next one is also on the MCP. Will we be able to build agents as such, utilizing your MCP? And the short answer is yes. Cludo MCP would be able to plug into any agentic tool that supports the MCP integration. And I know that MCP is still a really new, kind of very trendy right now, hot subject. And we really actually would love to hear from the customers who are like early adopters and who would love to work with us on those. So if you have your own ideas or use cases around MCP, or if you're just like excited about utilizing these new technologies, please reach out to us, reach out to your customer success manager, and then maybe we can, build for your specific use cases or brainstorm together. This is something very exciting, and it's really cool for us to be participating in like a very early stages of this trend. So we really want to work with you on that and to make sure that we are building something that it's useful for you guys.
Yeah.
Daniel, do you want to add something? Because you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say, like, Terrence, if the specific maybe use case that you have in mind, reach out and maybe we can actually look into to that specific use case that you're considering.
We really want to hear from you. Like all the use cases are very interesting for you. We are on the early days of building this, so we want to building this with you in mind.
Yeah.
So any use cases you have, obviously the one that we see the most useful right now would be intranet, and it's also something that we internally at Cludo want to be using. But there is a lot more, so we are really happy to brainstorm with you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can move on to banners. Yes, that looks so much, but we know we've been waiting for this update for a very long time. You would be surprised how many people internally at Cludo have been pushing for this redesign for a very long time. And I can see the next question, maybe Jacob, we can move. When is it coming? So we hope that it will come in the late November. So this is what we are hoping for. It should happen this year. We are right now in a very far development stages. We also need to ensure that all the banners that you guys have previously created are backwards compatible and that everything works smoothly there. So because banner is such a heavily used tool, there is a lot of backwards checking if everything works correctly. But yeah, we are very excited about it.
I was about to say, maybe just to add to that, like we have internally spent a lot of time making sure that we get this right, because it is a tool that we also utilize a lot ourselves. So for sure.
Okay, the next question, an interesting one. If the AI summary is done through custom implementation, will we still be able to use Experience Builder? Okay, that's a really good one, because I understand that you might want to have some control over your AI summary, even though it was built previously through custom implementation. And for those cases, we will talk with customer manager, and we will make sure that we can move your implementation to the Experience Builder, so you guys can also have an overview over it and you can customize it through it. So yes.
But I guess maybe also just to kind of add to that, maybe what Lars is also pointing at is that maybe they have a custom cert right now today without AI summary, and basically how is it possible to include AI summary within that?
It will be able. Yes. So
yeah.
Basically, it doesn't matter if you have a custom implementation or have a rich inline template or old inline template. Really, you will be able to use Experience Builder to add AI summary with like a no-code solution very easily. So yeah. Regardless of your implementation type, you will be able to use Experience Builder. And then if you already have AI summary right now, we will find a way to make sure you can move it. Okay, then next question. No, we missed this question about the pricing for the MCP model, and we don't have it yet because this is still on early stages. But again, if you are interested to participate in like a beta testing and stages like that, please reach out to us, and then we might figure something out for the beta testers as well. So that would be great. Can we get alpha beta access to the new banner system so we can test and provide feedback? That's actually a very good idea, and we didn't think about it. We thought about do like a beta testing internally, but I love it. And maybe if you are interested in that, please reach out to us, and then we can create the beta testers group who might get it in advance to give the feedback, so we can still do some small changes. I think that's a brilliant idea. And in general, like I would like to emphasize that here, if you are interested in any of those features and you want to be an early adopter, please reach out to us. We're also going to send an email after this webinar in which you have a form in which you could like write us down what you're interested in, and if you want to be an early adopter or you would like to help us beta testing or even help with validation. And then we will reach out to you and we will for sure collaborate with you on that. Like we create our products for you, so your feedback is obviously the most valuable for us. So great idea, and we would love to get your feedback and your participation. Yeah. I think we went through all the questions right now, and I know that you've been given a lot of information at once, and you're also gonna get a recording and some like a summary of the webinar in your email. So if you come up with the new questions or you have any thoughts, please reach out to us. Again, your feedback is the most valuable for us, and we really want to hear your thoughts. I think in the summary that we're going to send out to you, we're actually also going to we're going to open like a feature request form where you can just simply let us know what features you are interested in general, or what you think it's missing at Cludo. So you will be able to give us your thoughts there as well. And then, yeah, really excited, and thank you guys for participating. And I'm going to give it back to Elsa and Daniel.
Thank you.
There isn't much more to say, but other than if you still have more questions, please let us know. But I think that we'll just stay on for a few
minutes
more
if there's any questions. But otherwise, you can always email us, email your contact person here at Cludo, and we're happy to take on the conversation from there. And with that said, we want to thank you all for joining us this morning. Hope you found this insightful, and have a great day. And yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.